What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror film review. Today, we're going to review the final entry so far in the Phantasm franchise, Phantasm Ravager. It's released October 7th, 2016. It's directed by David Hartman, who did films like Lucas Tanner, Miracle on 34th Street, the 1973 one, The Island at the Top of the World, and the new doctors. So this is the final film in the Phantasm franchise. And so you get Reggie and the brothers all slowly starting to come back to help going trans dimensions and into dreams and stuff, because it turns out Reggie has dementia. And you still face the tall man once again for a final time, and this one gets into a bloody battle. Now, so this is the final one, and honestly, this is probably one of the most dull ones I found. I was not a fan of this one as much. First off, this film only had a $300,000 budget, so the production value is pretty low on this. Now, to be fair, the cinematography does look really good for this low budget type of film, except for the visual effects. The visual effects in this are super cheesy. There's a lot of CG blood and a lot of cheesy visual effects and stuff. And yeah, the acting is actually surprisingly pretty good. And yeah, the characters in this, most of them have been developed enough. But there's a lot of side characters that are just thrown in there, and you just don't care when things happen. At least for me, they don't give you enough so you could get behind them. So if like one of them dies or something, it doesn't really matter. Now they did up the ante in the bald deaths in this film. I'll get to that in a second though, because the story in this conclusion is a muddled, confusing mess. I found like it didn't really need to go, because there'll be one cool scene and then he wakes up in a mental hospital and then he's back in the dimensions, and then yeah, it's so much back and forth. It was a little confusing, even for a fan of the Phantasm franchise. I was not into this. I thought this was a pretty dull way to conclude the franchise. And also, this is Angus Scrimm's last film before he died. So, yeah. Well, yeah, there is some pretty cool like practical gore effects in it though, and some pretty cool kills in this. I'm not gonna lie, but still, I still think this is probably the worst of the Phantasm franchise. So I'm gonna give Phantasm Ravager a 2 out of 5. It's all right, I guess. But if you went in watching this first, not knowing what Phantasm it was, you'd be confused out of your mind and probably bored. So yeah. But yeah, so but if this sounds like a film you might be interested in, or if you haven't seen it, you want to see the rest of how the Phantasm franchise ended, it is streaming on Shudder and on Tubi, so I'll link it down below so you can watch it for free down there. Also, link down below is my Instagram. It's where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually put the film title in there and some fun fact or history thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms to stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streaming service that you have on this. Yeah, comment that. I think I just said that. But yeah. Also, let me know what your favorite Phantasm film is down below. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also hear my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell, because I'm feeling a more 70s style horror film. So we're going to check out The Freakmaker, also known as The Mutations. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those evil, tall undertakers making people go through dimensions and causing chaos. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.